guys, it's Hannah from Hannah Eve Nails It, and today I have a Q&A video for you. I posted this picture, I don't know if you guys can see, this picture on Instagram about a week ago. I meant to film this a long time ago. I meant to film it like a week ago. I apologize. To tell you the truth, guys, life is crazy. I'm never sure when I'm going to feel good enough to film, and when I do, it's usually like, crap, we have to like go to the store or like do life and stuff, and so it's been really difficult with the all-day sickness that I've been having to find time to film. So thank you for being patient with me. I really am going to try and up my game with uploading so that I'm doing it more often. Anyways, I posted that picture on Instagram, and if you're not following me on Instagram, it's a nice way to get updates on videos, and also I just post a lot of fun stuff on there. So I'll leave my Instagram link down below. It's always down there, but I'll put it like closer to the top so you can see it. So you guys asked some really amazing questions. There's about 25 of them, so this video might be really long, but bear with me. And also, if I mess up your name, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to say other than I'm just really bad sometimes at reading usernames, because it's like they look like is it a word or is it a bunch of random letters and numbers? It's really hard for my brain to decipher sometimes. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna get started with the questions. Alright, so starting from the top, we've got MazKaz909 asked, what's your fave makeup products? Like in general, or like specifics? Because my favorite, I love lips, like lipsticks, like chubby lip pencils, matte lip, anything matte lips, I am like obsessed with. So if you mean like that, then like probably lips and maybe like pen eyeliner, like the felt tip pen eyeliners are probably my favorite. Or no, mascara actually. Take off the eyeliner, mascara is probably my second. Like, I don't know. I like the butterfly one from L'Oreal. That one's a good one. And I like the Revlon matte chubby pencils. I can't remember what they're called. Just Bitten or something. No, wait. Those are the other ones. I don't know. I used to get super into makeup, and I used to buy a lot of stuff, and I kind of just got rid of all my makeup because I really only wear like 3 products anyways. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go with matte lips. Anything. Oh, and the new Maybelline matte lipsticks. I absolutely love those. All of those are good. Okay, next one is Irma Sincera, I think is how you say it, and she has a YouTube channel, so I will link her YouTube channel and her Instagram down below. And she asked what my favorite nail polish finish is, glitter, texture, or metallic. Probably cream, honestly. I love holographic. Actually, holographic would be my absolute top. If it's one of the options, then I choose that one. And if not, then I would say then cream, because I really like a crisp look, because I like to do a lot of stamping and patterns and stuff. Ignore the naked nails. I'm going to do swatches after this. So yeah, I love to do like patterns and stuff, so creams are my favorite for nail art in that sense. So hollow, then creams, and then glitter, because glitter is just fun. Alright, the next question is from Beck's Nails, and they asked, when did you start collecting nail polish? I can't remember the exact year. I think it was 2011, or maybe it was 2012. So kind of fairly recently. Well, in 2009, I collected like a crap ton, and then I got rid of them all for some really weird reason. Like I had like every single Sinful Colors ever, and like I'm really heartbroken that I got rid of them, because like what was I thinking? I don't know. I had some sort of mental breakdown or something and I got rid of all of them. But I think I started like really like dedicated like hardcore collecting, and I think 2012. Oh yeah, because the Hunger Games collection came out in 2012, and that was one of the first collections, the one by China Glaze, that was one of the first collections that really like started the ball rolling. So not too long, but then when you think about it, actually, that's 3 years, 4 years, that's 3 years, right? Yeah. So somewhere around 3 years ago. That's somewhere around there. I don't know. That seems like such a short amount of time to be collecting. It feels like longer. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyways, X, just another unicorn X. Absolutely love your username. They asked best base and top coat for and without nail art. And also for gradients, wet sponge or dry sponge. Thanks so much. These are great questions. For me, because I have kind of touchy nails, like naturally my nails try to be very like thin and bendable and peely. So I always use the Nailtique's Formula 2 nail protein as my base coat. And whether I'm doing nail art or not, I use that. And then for top coat, my absolute favorite top coat for everything, pretty much. My favorite top coat of life is Sèche Vite, or Sèche Vite, or however you say it. Some people don't like it because it does kind of get clumpy as the farther down in the bottle you get. I buy Sèche Restore and I restore it, and I don't really have that big of a problem with it. But some people really hate that about it. Some people like, oh my god, what's it called? HK Girl by Glisten and Glow as an alternative. And it's good. I have that one. I don't like it quite as much as Sèche Vite because, especially for nail art, Sèche Vite has a very, very soft brush, and so it does not like smear your nail art. So I absolutely love that for that. And since I know somebody is going to tell me that I'm not supposed to use Sèche Vite while I'm pregnant, both me and my husband's a scientist actually, we've done a lot of research, and I'm not like a doctor or anything, so I'm not gonna like tell you what to do, but we both feel very confident that if I am in a well-ventilated area and I am not drinking the Sèche Vite, that it's really not going to be a problem. And I always am in a well-ventilated area, especially since I've been pregnant. The smell of nail polish is a little bit harsh on me, so I do have like a window open or something, and the window is literally right next to, like, here's my desk where I paint my nails, the window's like a foot over that way. So I'm always in a well-ventilated area, so please don't worry about me. I will continue to use Sèche Vite because we've done a lot of research, and the problems that come with Sèche Vite and the chemicals in it, those studies were done by people actually ingesting it, or the people that work in the factories that are exposed to it in high volumes on a daily basis. So if that makes anybody else feel better. And then your next question was for gradients, wet or dry sponge. If you use a wet sponge, it's definitely going to eat up less of your polish, so that's definitely good. If you love your nail polish and don't want it to all be soaked up into the sponge, I would recommend a wet sponge. And when I say wet sponge, just literally saturating the sponge in water and then kind of wringing it out so that it's not like dripping wet, because that doesn't work well. So I definitely would say that, but I do it both ways. Honestly, it kind of just depends on how lazy I'm being that day, whether I actually want to get up and wet the sponge or not. I use the Up and Up like cosmetic sponges. They're just like the triangle shaped ones. I use those from Target, and they work really good wet or dry. It's just whether you want to use up all your nail polish or not. So hopefully that answers your question. Next question, M. Gordon88 asked, do you have names picked out for your baby? When do you find out the sex, or are you going to be surprised? So we don't have any names that we're like dead set on, because I'm kind of feeling like, once I get farther along and I don't know, I can feel the baby move, and because right now I'm 13 weeks along, 13 weeks and 3 days or something. So I'm not feeling any movement yet or anything like that. So once I kind of start getting kind of a glimpse of their personality, if that makes any sense, like if they're super active, happy baby, if they respond to, do you know what I mean? Like if I can get a glimpse of their personality, then I think that will help me pick a name better. But we do have names that we've loved for like a really long time, and I'm gonna write them on the screen because I think that you guys saying them sometimes doesn't, I don't know. I'll just write them on the screen. For a girl, we like Raelle, and it's kind of like a play on Rhea. Me and Michael have been talking about having kids for like years. We've been together for 8 years, and probably all of those 8 years we've talked about kids and wanting kids. And we used to love the name Rhea. And I still do love the name Rhea, but then I met somebody named Rhea, and I mean, she wasn't like a bad person or anything, but it's like, I don't want to associate that person with my kid's name, if that makes any sense, you know? But then I started playing around with things, and I love like, at the end of names, little girl names, or any girl names, like E-L-L-E, I love L, and I love E-T-T-E also. I just think that those are so pretty, so Raelle is just really, I don't know, really cute. And please don't tell me if you hate it and think it's the worst name in the world, because, I mean, your opinions don't really matter to me anyways, but just please be nice, guys. Because I'm sharing this with you because I think that we're friends, and I think I can tell you guys these things. Just if somebody's out there and is like, that is the worst name ever, don't name your kid that. I'm sorry. But then as a middle name for a girl, we like Everly, because I just think that it's really beautiful. My middle name is Eve, and I want to have like Eve somewhere. Like, that's really like special, and I don't know. I just love Eve, but I'm not gonna just name them Eve or something. So I wanted to have it somewhere in there. So Everly as a middle name for a girl. And then for a boy, we really love Everett, and Leo equally, but I don't know which one I want to be a middle name and which one I want to be a first name. I'm leaning towards Everett as being the first name. I just absolutely love it. I don't know. Anyways, then there's that, you know, Eve in there, you know, so I don't know. I love Ever also. I wish that I could, I mean, I guess I could just call them Ever, but that seems a little short, like it needs something else, but anyways, that was probably way more explanation than you needed. What else did she ask? When do you find out the sex? We are going to find out, and I believe that it's the end of October that we find out, I think. I mean, it's definitely sometime in October. I think it's closer to the end of October, so hopefully that answers your question. And next question is Erica Ray 87 asked, how do you pick a nail polish when you have that nothing to wear moment? I don't have those moments very often because with so much nail polish, there's always something to wear. But if I'm having a hard time picking between a few different things, I usually ask my husband, which one do you like better? I'll pick out like 3 and say, you know, which one of these? And then he'll tell me which one he likes better. He knows my taste really well too, so I'll ask somebody, usually Michael, because he's the only one that lives here besides me, besides the pets, but I don't think that they could really give me an accurate opinion. But if that helps at all, I also, this right here, this is where I keep like all this stuff that needs to be hauled. So all of this nail polish is like new, hasn't been swatched, hasn't been touched, hasn't been anything. So I usually, if I'm like, not sure exactly what to wear, I'll go through there first, because wearing something new, I know for sure that I haven't worn it before, you know, and it's kind of, I don't know. I usually go to my new things first, and then if I can't find something in there, then I'll go through my other stuff too. If that makes sense. Oh my goodness, Hannah. This video is going to be really long and rambly. I'm sorry. Next question, Moni, I think Moni something, 0227. She asked, do you want a boy or a girl, or does it not matter? Me and Michael used to really always want a girl first, and maybe that's just kind of like the, I don't know, the sexism that was in my own house growing up, because in my family, the boys were kind of the troublemakers and definitely handful, and the girls were not, I don't want to say the good ones, but we were definitely a lot easier on my parents than the boys were. So that's kind of what I was always thinking, like, oh, boys are really hard, but that's not how life actually works. So honestly, it doesn't really matter to me as long as baby is happy. I don't really care what their genitals look like. So as long as baby is happy and healthy, I'm totally cool. And I don't know, it's kind of been interesting since for so many years I was like kind of thinking like, I don't know, I want a girl first because girls are easier or whatever. That was totally my sexist self. Like, I've grown from that, guys. I've definitely grown from that. But, yeah, it's definitely been weird because since I've been pregnant, I've thought more about what having a boy first would be like. And I don't know, I'm getting really used to the idea. And I think I don't know, I love looking at the little boys' clothes, and I never thought that I would. I mean, the girls' stuff, I'm like, oh, the girls' stuff is so much cuter. But the little boys' stuff is really, really cute, too. I just wish there wasn't so much friggin' sexism in the friggin' aisles. Like, don't get me started. But anyways, so yeah, hopefully that answered your question. And then Anna is sassy with underscores. She asked, what is your favorite and least favorite nail polish brand? Favorite is probably China Glaze. Can't really put my finger on why. Maybe just because it has been, I don't know. I have the most China Glaze. I've got like 3 full racks practically of China Glaze, and I just love China Glaze. I love their new collections. I can't wait for their new collections to come out. I love hunting for China Glaze. Like, I can get them for really cheap too, and I don't know. For a lot of reasons, maybe even sentimental reasons also, China Glaze is definitely my favorite brand. I don't really know if I have a least favorite brand. I have a brand that most commonly disappoints me, and that would be OPI. No, wait, maybe it's Essie. It's a tie between OPI and Essie. Don't get me wrong, there are some amazing OPIs and some amazing Essies. I just don't get that excited about the OPI collections. I feel like they have a lot of repeats and like just do a lot of more boring stuff in my opinion. And then Essie, although they're more adventurous usually with their colors, their formulas are completely hit and miss, and you never know if they're going to be horrible or amazing. So they're not my least favorite brands because I don't know if I have one. And I have like a tons of both of those brands. Like, I think I have an entire drawer in my Melmers for each brand. So yeah, they're not necessarily like my least favorite. It's just most disappointment, I guess, if that makes any sense. And then she also asked best nail care product. Again, I'm going to have to go with the Nailtiques Formula 2. Just that's my personal thing, my personal nail problems. That is my favorite go-to product. I use it just about every single time I do my nails, so gonna have to go with that. So Vass Happening, I think is how you say it, asked what your most unique nail polish is. That is a very tough question. I honestly don't know if I can answer that question very well, just because, I mean, it's probably one of my indies, but it's hard to tell which indie it would be. Okay, I apologize. My camera overheated and cut me off. But the last question was, what's your most unique nail polish? I honestly don't know if I can answer that question accurately because I just have so many, and I mean, like I said, it's probably an indie, but I just really don't know. I don't know which one. I'm sorry. All right, the next question is Nails by Judinka123. She's amazing. You guys should go check out her Instagram. She asked, why did you decide to make YouTube videos, and what was your motivation to keep making them at the beginning? So back in 2013, I had graduated college and had a really kind of tough summer, and then I found a job that summer, and it was kind of one of those jobs where it's like you're enthusiastic and you're excited. You just graduated with this degree that you put a lot of hard work into and you really believe into it and you're really passionate, and then you get this job and you realize this isn't what I wanted it to be. I have a degree in children's studies and early childhood education, and I absolutely love kids, and I love teaching kids, especially the little ones. And I went to work at a place that was kind of advertised as like an early learning center or kind of like a preschool. But honestly, it was just a daycare, and they made us write lesson plans, but then we didn't have any time or resources to do those lesson plans. They just kind of wanted them there so that the parents could think that we were doing them. And there was a lot of kind of shady stuff like that going on, and it just really pissed me off. It really pissed me off. They didn't really give a shit about kids, and I cared a lot about kids, and I cared about the ways and the methods that we were using to supposedly teach them, and they cared about shoving as many kids into a classroom as they could. And it just was horrible, and the management was horrible, and they treated everybody like crap, and it was just horrible. Like, I could go on and on about all the bad things that happened there. And maybe some people are probably like, oh no, that's not that bad. I don't know what you're talking about. But it was bad. I mean, if you went through school and learned the things that I learned about the proper way to educate a child, and then you see that, your outlook on life and your outlook on the future of children's education will be crushed. So that's kind of what happened, and it kind of just crushed my spirit and just made me feel like crap about myself, and like, crap, did I make a huge mistake going into debt, going into college for something that I really love, if these are my only job options. And I was being paid 40 cents over minimum wage. And you know what that 40 cents was for? That 40 cents was because I had a 4-year degree. She's like, you know what, since you have a degree, I'm going to give you 40 cents more. That's what I got for 4 years of school. I got 40 cents. So it was bad. It was bad. And that's kind of how, sorry, this is going to be a really long blabbering story, I guess. That's kind of how it started. I was like, I loved nail polish and I loved nail art, and I just wanted to do something fun for me. I wasn't that concerned about making money. Michael had a job at the time, and I just wasn't. He was actually going to school. Yeah, that's right. He was going to school, and with financial aid and stuff, we were able to have enough money to live. And so I was fortunate enough that I didn't need to necessarily go out and find another shitty job. I put my time and my effort and my passion into nails, whether that sounds stupid to you or not. And I've been watching people like Miss Holly Berries and Just Face 90 and Lindsay Does Nails. I've been watching them for years, and I was like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it, and I want to do it, and I want to talk about nail polish, because what's the point of me having all this freaking nail polish and having this passion if I'm not sharing it with anybody? So that's what I did. I started my channel, and I haven't looked back. The motivation to keep going really comes from the fact that it's what I want to do. I want to keep talking about it with you guys. I have the itch to talk about nail polish, and since I don't have a ton of people in my everyday life, actually really not many people, nobody, that gets it the way that you guys do, and I've met some amazing friends and stuff through it, which has just been a huge bonus. But it's just like, just wanting to talk about these things and then actually having that outlet to talk, that's been my biggest motivation to keep going, is just that. And I still have that. That's still my motivation, is that I love doing it. I don't like editing very much, you know, and sometimes it's hard to get filming and hard to like get onto a schedule. So, and that way it's kind of hard to keep the motivation, but really it is. It's because I love doing it. It's not for everybody, but I think that if you have a passion and you want to try a YouTube channel, try it out. See how it feels. And don't just make things that you think people want to watch. Make the things that you would want to watch. Talk about things that you want to talk about. Like, follow your passion, and then that's how you'll figure it out. I mean, at the beginning, I was called Eve Believe Beauty in the beginning because I was thinking I was maybe going to talk about makeup and stuff. No, I lost interest in makeup. I totally lost interest with that completely, and so I just did what I wanted to do. I stopped listening to what other people were saying, like, you should make videos like this, or you should do this, and just did what I wanted to do. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps my motivation. I only make videos I want to make. Now that was a really long answer, but thank you, Judy, I believe is your name. Thank you for asking that, because that's a really cool one. Okay, polished nails with underscores. What's your favorite brand of nail polish and favorite collection from that brand? China Glaze is my favorite brand, and favorite collection, that's really hard. You know, it might be the Electric Nights that just came out in the summer. I absolutely love that collection, and that's probably one of the only like whole collections that I have from China Glaze that, I mean, I have other partial collections from China Glaze that maybe beat it out a little bit, but my favorite complete collection I think would be the Electric Nights. Okay, Carly.Army, I think. What names are you thinking about for the baby? I kind of already said I liked Rael Everly for a girl and Everett Leo or Leo Everett for a boy. Amba Jack asked, what has been your favorite polish collection this year? I'm going to have to go with China Glaze Electric Nights. They just hit it out of the park with that one, in my opinion. Amazing neons and bright colors and really good formulas, so I'm going to have to go with that. And Orly's Adrenaline Rush is a very, very, very close second. Oh, I filmed the whole review and I did all the swatches and everything for the Orly Adrenaline Rush collection. Please leave me a comment down below if you are still interested in seeing that video, because I can upload it. I know that it's super late. I have no excuses other than life got crazy, but let me know if you want to still see that, because I can definitely post that for you. Sorry, I'm not meaning to rush. I'm just a little out of breath. Livy414, what is your favorite manicure you have done so far this year? By the way, I love you. Oh, thanks. I love you too. I'm gonna go through my Instagram pictures and try and find my favorite one. Okay, I found it. It wasn't hard. Okay, here, I'll show you kind of on here, but I'll pop up a bigger picture if I can find one. I'm sure I can. But I did this for a nail polish meetup thing, the Pacific Northwest Nail Polish Addicts group on Facebook. I absolutely love that group, and we did a meetup in February, I think, and the prompt was chevrons, I think, or gradients. The theme was gradients, yeah. The theme was gradients, and I did the gradient with China Glaze That's Shore Bright, China Glaze Too Yacht to Handle, and China Glaze Son of a Peach. Probably one of my absolute favorite combinations, like color combinations ever. And then I put black chevrons on top, and it's like, that's me in a manicure right there. I absolutely love this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one. Okay, the next question is from Miss_Nail_Queen. She has a YouTube channel, which I like just found out. So I will post the link to it down below. Definitely go check out her channel. And she asked, want to become best friends? And then she had a bunch of like cute little emojis and everything. And why the heck not? You seem like a really cool lady. So, you know, Instagram, that is what it's called. Direct message me or something and let's chat, girlfriend. And then she said, my real question is, what polishes that were super hyped up are actually worth getting? And then she said a bunch of really, really, really sweet stuff. And I'm just gonna send hearts your way, girl, because you are so amazingly sweet. Let me think. Hyped up polishes. What are some newer polishes that have been super hyped up? So I don't know if it's pregnancy brain or what, because I mean that's real. I've like literally had really hard time like remembering and thinking sometimes. So I'm having a hard time thinking of like any more recent ones, but there are like some like cult favorites of like nail polishes that, you know, they're like everybody needs this in their collection, you know, like you have to have it in your collection. And for some of those, I think that the hype is worth it. And then for some of them, no. Like for instance, China Glaze for Audrey, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful polish, but it just doesn't seem that unique to me. Maybe it kind of was at the time when it came out, but even now still I feel like people are like, you know, that's a staple that you're kind of supposed to have in your collection or whatever if you're a collector. And it's pretty, but I just feel like it's overdone now, and it doesn't have an amazing formula, and it separates like crazy on me. Which, I mean, I guess that's not a huge deal for me because a lot of my polishes separate and I just shake them up before I use them, but I don't know. I feel bad because I feel like I'm not really answering the question the way you were probably hoping. I don't know. I will, in a review or something, I will tell you if I think something is crap or not. And I guess that's like the best thing I can say is like, if I buy a collection that's super hyped up and I review it for you guys, and I'm like, no, actually this is like total crap, like don't buy this. I am honest with you guys and I will tell you, but for some reason, I just can't think of any like examples off the top of my head right now that are more recent, so I apologize. Okay, and Manny of the Moment, she asked, she is a part of my like Pacific Northwest Polish Addicts group. She's super sweet. She asked, are you taking any extra precautions with beauty products while pregnant? Yes and no. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, Michael and I kind of did a lot of research, and we kind of looked at all the products that I'm using like on a more regular basis and what types of ingredients are not good ones, you know, and like we checked for parabens and all my stuff, and kind of the moral of the story is that there's a lot of things that get a lot of like I don't know if I'm gonna sound right. Of course, taking precautions is a good thing, especially if you're really concerned, you know? And I definitely thought that I would be more concerned, but after doing the research, I'm just not as concerned about, I mean, people are like, you can only use natural deodorant when you're pregnant. And maybe that's right for you, but I mean, my husband is a scientist. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I think I did. But he reads all the scientific, like, the scientific studies, like he actually can understand those. And he goes through those and he reads them, and the science just isn't there to back up. If I'm using this particular shampoo twice a week, is that going to harm the baby? No. If I'm using this particular top coat, you know, once a week, is that going to harm the baby? No. If I'm drinking the top coat, if I am putting the, you know, if I'm ingesting it, or if I'm using a ton of it, if it's, you know, constant exposure, things like that, then yeah, that's something that you need to be concerned about. Definitely, I've taken precautions with sunscreen because chemical sunscreens can be very dangerous for babies, for unborn babies. I think it's birth defects or something. So I definitely switched to a physical sunscreen, a more natural physical sunscreen instead of the chemical sunscreens. So I guess in some ways, yes, I'm doing a lot of research beforehand, and I'm not just like cutting out everything and making it all like natural products, because sometimes even those ones that say natural or organic, sometimes they can be just as bad. So you just really have to do your research and know what you're using and how often you're using it, and if you're inhaling it or eating it, you know, you know what I mean, right? So long story short, yes and no. It kind of just, yeah, we're just doing our research. So, TC Pekes 1981, I think that's how you say it, I'm sorry. Her name is Teresa, and she's awesome, I love her. She asked if you had to choose between a great polish color with an awful formula, or an ugly polish color with a great formula, which would you choose? And then she also said, I sent her a little thank you package thing, and there was a Jordana lip product in there, and she's like, oh my god, I love it so much. So I'm glad you loved it. And as for your question, without a doubt, 100%, I would pick the pretty polish with the ugly formula, because I've said this to you guys before, and I'm going to continue saying it, because some of you guys don't believe me. If a formula sucks like bad, like sucks full-on monkey balls, or I don't know, sorry if that's kind of gross for people, but if it's like a horrible formula, but it's still within reason to, like, you can actually apply it to your nail, I will work with it if the color is beautiful, because I just don't really care that much about formula. I mean, yes, it's amazing when you have a formula that just glides on and it's a dream and it's one coat. Yeah, that's awesome, but that's not a requirement for me. For me, a requirement is a polish that looks good and that I want to wear, you know? Like I see that polish on the wall, I'm like, that's the color I want to pick, you know? That's what's good to me. I don't like go through and like look through my polishes and like, okay, which one has a bad formula, which one has a good formula. I just don't do that. I just grab what's pretty. So that would be my answer to that one. And then I think, okay, Leanne Varcaro, I don't know, I'm sorry. She asked, what was your first job? Now, if you mean like my very, very, very first job when I was a teenager, I worked for my my stepdad. Well, he's my dad. He's my dad. Whatever. He owned a janitorial company, and he kind of worked at the different post offices. He had contracts with a lot of the different, mostly post offices, but a few other like business buildings and stuff like that. And so we went around to post offices and cleaned them, or did like washed the postal vehicles and stuff like that. Not necessarily the most glamorous job, but definitely teaches you a lot about the world and a lot about, I mean, people, you know, I've heard people say that they're like every rude customer in the world should have to work retail once in their life. I've never worked retail, but that's like a good example, you know what I mean? Like, you need to appreciate what other people do, you know? You look at janitors as being like, you know, a less than or whatever type of job, and no, my dad's an amazing person, and he's the hardest worker you will ever see in your entire life. And being a janitor for, God, how many years did I do that for? On and off for 5 years, 6 years. It teaches you a lot about hard work and about people and self-esteem and just a lot of stuff about the world. So I guess that. And if you mean like first job, like first like real job, then probably that really shitty job that I got right after graduating college, because that was the first job that I had that you had to like, you know, give your social security number and all that stuff. I don't know how many more of those types of jobs I'm going to have in my life. I definitely like unconventional type of work. So that's normally what I do. Most of 99% of the jobs that I've had in my life have been unconventional. Anyways, as this is my job now. This is unconventional. And sure, I don't get paid a lot of money, but I have a lot of fun. Okay. And Nail Videos _global, they asked several questions. First one is, how many nail polish bottles do you have? I don't know the exact number right now, but I believe it's somewhere around 1,100 or 1,200. So way more than you need, but you know, like I said, this is my passion, so don't judge me. And then they also asked, what is your favorite nail polish of all time? That's a really difficult question. No, maybe not. I'm gonna go with China Glaze Fairy Dust. That's my jam right there. What's your favorite brand? China Glaze. And what shape are your nails right now? They're kind of rounded. I kind of go for a more rounded thing, but they kind of grow in all different shapes, so I just kind of let them do their own natural thing. But for the most part, rounded. Alright, so that was probably the longest Q&A video of all time ever. I apologize, but if you stuck to the end, you are a trooper, and thank you so much. You are awesome. Leave any comments, questions, anything like that down below. I will try to get back to as many people as possible. I can't reply to everybody because that's all I would be doing. But just know that I love you guys, and you have no idea how much I appreciate you. And I'm so happy you're in my life, and I love doing Q&As like this because I love for you guys to get to know me better, and I love to get to know you guys better, and I don't know, let's just talk in the comments a little bit. And don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, or if you want to see more Q&A videos, and subscribe if you haven't already because I really like it, and then you won't miss any of my videos. I think that that's all I have to say today. Love you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. because there's no, oh my god. Hannah, get yourself together. I forgot where I was. Oh my god, and my temperature, the camera temperature is freaking out again, of course. We had kind of, oh my god, blah, blah.